Hey, Joy Gina here. I want to talk about being a success engineer for the neurodiverse. I recently had a client reach out to me and say, do you miss engineering? Do you miss doing that work? And the answer is no, because I still do that work all the time. It just looks differently. I've reconstructed that and I really see the way that I coach and why it is different and why it's so important in the world is that it is success engineering for neurodiverse. It's not a one size fits all. It is very unique and customized. So I feel like I'm using my engineering all of the time. And what I mean by that is when I worked in civil engineering and land surveying as a technician, I had the privilege of going out and actually surveying land, which means you go out and figure out the landscape, how the land is laying on the earth, the ups, the downs, its geographical location. And then you bring all that data back in onto your computer. And then let's say somebody's creating a development. I did a lot of that. Or you're building a road. I did some of that. You're figuring out how that road is going to work with the land and the contours that are there, what's going to need to be modified and what you're going to keep. Not, and then you tweak it and you work on it. And I promise you, what you build in the office as an engineer is not what actually happens out in the world. It's really, really close. You're about 95% of the way there. But once you get out in the field and you're actually building that road, you come across things, new decisions need to be made. That's life. Like that's such a great example for life. That is exactly how my I'm applying that engineering and that process directly to the coaching with clients. Clients come to me and I am reverse engineering. They're talking about their goals, they're talking about where they'd like to be, the life they want to live. I'm helping them paint a really beautiful picture. And then I'm reverse engineering that. I'm like, okay, but what's the landscape we really have right now? What are your strengths right now? What are your weaknesses right now? And engineering that, reverse engineering that for them. We always have to work with what we have, right? So the landscape is the landscape. There's only so much we can do about it. I also have to meet people where they're at emotionally. And that was always a big thing when I was engineering also. I had to meet the developers and the people working with the project engineers where they were at. I had to adapt things towards what they needed. So again, this is really complex kind of engineering, but for incredible outcomes. And then there's systems. There's always systems and ways and things that are measurable. And I'm always figuring that out for clients. And that's what we're implementing. That's the next step. Okay, so here's the next step. I remind people that they are masters of their own lives. Other people may have hijacked them. They right now may not feel in control of all of their thoughts and feelings. I promise you, as we work on things, we get at the bottom of that. And I help people regain that feeling of stability and control that may have been lost in a process. Also, part of my success engineering is helping people really understand how they've created a superpower being neurologically the way that they are. They have definitely honed certain skills, creativity, communication, those types of things, possibly using and loving those and really knowing how to implement and apply those to life, but also recognizing and identifying which of those weaknesses could we build up a little bit more? Which ones are pretty close to another one, and we can use some of that superpower to help lift that up. And then always which ones we're going to delegate. And as I'm engineering and as I'm creating with clients, I'm also pulling together so much other information, things that I have read, things that I've heard, biographies that I've read, neurodiverse information that I know, non-neurodiverse information I know, stuff from influencers. I'm always pulling that all together and being like, okay, like I think this is a better fit for you. I think this is what we're talking about. So I love that the client asked this question. Do I miss engineering? I'm engineering every day with my clients. I am implementing so many different things for clients and really aiming for that success. So, yes, I sometimes do miss being outside land surveying, but what I love about being able to help people create and build incredible lives, that's not replaceable. It's absolutely phenomenal. So, now you know a little bit more about success engineering for the neurodiverse. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. I keep having fun videos. You might find another one you like. Bye now.